So my name is Markiyan. I'm a product manager at Vimeo. Who doesn't know, Vimeo helps with video. I'm here to tell you about how my experience as a startup founder is helping me in my today's product manager work. And a bit of background about me, I just moved to New York like 5 months ago from Ukraine. That's where I was born. There's probably more product managers in this room than there is in Ukraine. So it's great to be part of a community, and I'm happy to talk to everyone after the talk. So let's see. Before Vimeo, I was about 9 years in tech industry. And about 3.5 years ago, I co-founded a startup called Sandstone, which is a nice little, I call it notepad for lazy people. We did a Kickstarter campaign for about $300,000, which was a fun ride. And you know, in a startup, decision-making is fun. One day you do manufacturing, another day fundraising, third day product management, team management, customer development, and you have to make decisions on everything every day, switch context, and be very, very, very quick. So now I'm at Vimeo, and it's actually great. It's super nice to have salary. It's nice to work on a big impact, like be able to make an impact, and nice to move to US as well. It's a whole other story with the visas, everything, but also it's nice to work with a great team. And the thing when you work with a great team is, especially in a company like Vimeo, I didn't have background in video before, and they have much more background in this industry. They know much more about the customers, about the industry, about the products, and the decisions that were made before. They've run many more experiments than I did. So it can be a little intimidating sometimes. So as I was starting with the product, I was doing my general research, like customer development, going through retention analysis, all of that. And I stumbled upon a very interesting new insight about the customers. And it's not important which one. It's just important that there was something new. And I started thinking, like, how can I use it? How can I change the product, or what new markets I can address with this? So what do I do with this new information? And I was thinking about it, and I couldn't figure it out. And I was just like, okay, like screw this. I don't know what to do with this. I'll just share this with the team on our next weekly sync. And I see like they have more knowledge about the customers, and they have a larger story. Maybe they'll know what to do with this. And that happened a couple of times, and I was like, okay with it. But then one day I met with my friend from a startup life, and as we were talking, I realized that I never did this in a startup. I've never waited to make a decision until like next weekly sync. I never shifted my decision to anyone. In a startup, like you're the final decision maker. If you're a startup founder, primarily, everybody expects a decision from you. Everybody expects you to form opinion on everything. You're like the end point of make every decision. So, and I think it's good, generally. It's good to make decisions. Because if you don't make decisions, I think one of the sins of product manager is indecision. If you don't make decisions fast, you start slowing down the company, slowing down the product. You start losing the vision or the pace, and your just company or your product becomes this slow, shapeless, weird thing that just moves, and you're ahead of it. I think we can all agree that decisions are good. Like generally, fast decisions are often better than good decisions. It's a whole other topic, but decisions are good. So as I was thinking about it, like how did I get there? Like I never did it in a startup, and I'm starting to slow us down. And I stumbled upon an interesting article about the Ringelmann effect and social loafing. So about 100 years ago, a guy called Ringelmann did this interesting experiment. He asked two individuals to pull the rope against each other, and he measured how strongly they pulled. Then he asked groups of 5 people to pull the rope against each other. And what he found out is that when 5 people pull the rope, every individual dedicates less effort, pulls weaker than they do individually. And it's not like they wanted to lose. There was still a prize, and etc. So it just, because, I'll get there, because same thing happens in a work environment. Because we know that somebody has got our back, Because we know that we work with other people, we can slip sometimes, we can just find shortcuts, cut corners, and we might not dedicate as many effort as we would do individually when there's nobody to rely on. And the thing about this is it's subconscious. That's an important part. It's not like we go to work every day and think like, how can I not make any decisions today? It's subconscious. It's one of those biases, and that's why I think product managers, like no one else, have to fight them and be aware of them. Because product managers need to lead the way, need to make decisions, need to have an opinion on everything, and should lead the way. And I should point out that the action, like your decision, can be to act on something. Your decision can be to ignore it, just do nothing with it. Your decision can be to delegate it, to see what others say, to invite contribution. But you need to have a plan of action in case no one else contributes. The message I'd like to leave you with is next time you're faced with a decision, don't wait for anyone else to do it for you. Be a founder for your product.